How goes it, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is Ed once again here for the Bloodtypeonline YouTube channel, and today it's time for another review in blue. This time we're going to be taking it old school. We're not going to be reviewing any new titles. This one is from 1978. It's a new release from Blue Underground, and this one is the Toolbox Murders. First off, just a little background on the movie. Toolbox Murders is a nice, sleazy, slasher-esque kind of film from 1978 that really did raise a lot of eyebrows. This movie pissed a lot of people off. It's been considered to be very misogynistic, and in some ways I can see why. Basically, the Toolbox Murders is a movie about this apartment complex in Los Angeles, and this guy who carries a toolbox around with him is basically murdering people in this apartment building. It eventually gets to the point where a 15-year-old girl is kidnapped from the building, and her brother is trying to find her, all the while knowing completely that this killer is on the loose, and he's trying to find his sister before either the killer does, or if the killer has her, before the killer kills her ass. So you got that side story. You have a kick-ass Cameron Mitchell in this movie. If you guys don't know who Cameron Mitchell is, man, he's in Blood and Black Ladies. He's in a bunch of movies, but he's great. And he also does a great job in this one as well. But basically, the movie is a total exploitation and sleaze, which, as you know, I like that kind of stuff. So, the Toolbox Murders is a favorite of mine. Now moving on a little bit to the Blu-ray stuff. I had heard from a lot of people that, and I can't speak for the newest stuff, but the prior Blue Underground Blu-ray releases weren't very impressive. And understandably so. A lot of the films that they were releasing were not made for Blu-ray. It's not something that most people that are into Blu-ray are going to be looking for. This is generally for just genre fans alone. But that may be the case. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of their Blu-rays. I've only seen a handful. But I must say, I was extremely impressed with the way that the Toolbox Murders looked. The sound leaves a little bit to be desired. Not necessarily Blue Underground's fault. You know, I'm sure the movie wasn't recorded with the greatest sound equipment in the world either. And plus, it's the Toolbox Murders here. We're not talking about something like Transformers, where sound's really going to be that much of an issue. The sound on this disc is not very good. With that being said, there is 7.1 DTS HD master audio. I wasn't impressed with it. Just didn't sound very good to me. But this is the best I've ever seen the movie look, I will say that. And the sound was not so bad that I didn't want to watch the movie. It will not ruin your experience whatsoever. I loved it. Thought it was a great experience. Thought the movie looked fantastic. It was really, honestly, for me, it was honestly like watching the movie for the first time. And I know that's a little cliched as far as Blu-ray and HD reviews go, but I really was impressed with the way that it looked. You know, I remember the days of renting this in the video store and seeing it on VHS, and it looked like, you know, completely drowned out, washed out colors. It just looked like shit, to be honest with you. And the the DVD was actually a big upgrade, which was very cool. But I have to say that the Blu-ray seems to be a pretty big upgrade too. Mainly because it is exactly the same as the Blue Underground DVD that had already been released, minus a couple of things. Now I'm going to show you what that is. As far as extras go on here, you do get a feature-length audio commentary with producer Tony DiDio, director of photography Gary Graver, and star Pamela Ferdin. So you have that. That is the same commentary track that's on the DVD, though. It also has I Got Nailed, the Toolbox Murders interview with star Marianne Walter, a.k.a. porn star Kelly Nichols, which is also on the DVD. It also has theatrical trailer, TV spots, and radio spots, same as the DVD, and, I mean, the same, because all the special features on here are not in HD. They're all standard. And, but the only thing that's not included on the Blu-ray that was on the DVD was the poster and still gallery, and I don't really understand why that wasn't put on here. It's not that big of a deal, but I have to say overall, with all that being said, I would recommend this. Now the reason why is because the film just, it probably looks too good, and I don't mean that as a knock on the way the movie looks. It's just, you probably never really needed to see the Toolbox Murders look this nice, but it does. It looks really good. It's definitely a good transfer. They did a really good job on the Blu-ray and the way that it looks. Like I said, sound leaving a little bit to be desired, but overall, as a package, this is definitely a buy in my opinion. I would definitely pick this up, especially if you don't have it on DVD, or especially if you haven't seen it and you're into like sleazy grindhouse flicks. It's not going to be all tattered up and bruised like old prints and stuff like you may be accustomed to seeing. It's cleaned up, and it's cleaned up nicely, and it still plays as the sleazy film that I've come to love. Believe me, you have not seen this movie until you've seen Kelly Nichols' death scene in HD. And just in case you've never seen it, she's naked the entire scene. So that's pretty fucking awesome. It's a great scene to begin with. She's pretty hot, so throw that out there. But, if you like seeing a guy that looks like this, ski mask, pulling out tools from a toolbox and murdering women, then not only are you just like me, but you need to pick this up. So that's definitely a high recommendation from me. Definitely recommend this one. Pick it up. It's available now from Blue Underground, so check that out. And that's about it for us right here. So thanks once again for joining us here on the Bloodtypeonline YouTube channel. I hope you guys have been enjoying the new videos and the series Review in Blue. I'm Ed, and we'll see you right here next time. What the fuck was I thinking?